Morning. Um, what a great day it is. Beautiful, beautiful day. I'm having fun wearing my clergy tag to remind you that I can officiate at your important events, births, deaths, marriages, floods, earthquakes, divorces, whatever it is you need me to do. I like being with you all. It gives me great pleasure, and I'm so grateful this morning to have the ability to share my gifts in a way that helps others, and that is the whole point of this. Totally the whole point, in order to help you, talk to you, calm you down in times of trouble, give you some vision about what's next. So, this morning, here we go. We're going to start off with a list of gratitudes. So, I want you to drop into your permanent atom of light. This is the get a comfortable moment. This is the point of light that exists within you all the time. It can be anywhere in your body. I've found my permanent atom of light sometimes in my big toe, and I just start from there and I focus on wherever I find it. And this is kind of a trust walk, as are most things in this way. Because that's the idea about spirituality, is it only happens in the present moment, and we have to just be ready for it in the present moment, and we have to be willing to walk the walk that is being set before us, walk the path that is being set before us. And it's literally to bring us closer to the divine. So finding that permanent atom of light, wherever it is in your body, just be grateful. Say thank you for being here and welcome it in, and welcome it into your understanding. And right now, you may have felt that permanent atom of light got bigger and all of a sudden blossomed into your third eye. Greetings. We have Anubis here, and we also have the multitudes assisting us with this presentation, this gathering, this energetic state of being. We're here to help you, to love you through whatever is happening in your life. There's always enough spiritual love to come through. There is a big distinction right now going on in my body of Anubis being on the left side and the multitudes being on the right side. And the Anubis has this rust-colored feeling of antiquity, and the multitudes have this bright white light feeling of elasticity. And both are here to assist us. There you go. Good, good, good. Let that permanent atom of light glow also in the shoulders, the upper body, expanding the chest, opening things up. And you may need to open your arms, raise them up, and let them spread out slowly, just to expand the chest and the heart area. And this accommodates and even causes the spiritual heart to be present, to open, to expand to its fullest point. And be sure to include your permanent atom of light's glow, its brilliance, all the way down to your feet, above your head, through your entire body, front, back, sides. There you go. And open the spiritual heart. For as we are in difficult times, or perceive as difficult times, you also are in great opportunity to expand, to include, to allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, even as uncomfortable as it is. Allow yourself to feel how difficult it is to find love for some people that you do not agree with. Some people that you feel you have to protect yourself from. And we say that your safest move is not to add layers of shields and protection and all of that, but to really embody your soul's light. Well, the third eye is being so much amplified today. So we're going to be putting together some new understandings with the physical world coming up from the lower chakras and mixing with the higher energy coming down through the eighth chakra, the soul chakra, into the crown chakra and into the third eye. And this also emits a rainbow glow around the outside of your body. Just allow whatever you receive, whatever you are experiencing, to be exactly correct for you. You do not have to feel everything that we are talking about. You can feel some of it, or you can feel it in your own way. This is absolutely permissible. And it's absolutely correct. And the more that you can align and affirm what you are experiencing, the more you are siding with yourself and authorizing your independent experience, the better. For you and your soul have your own identity, your own expression, your own experiential venue. There you go. Good, good. There you go. And today you may be feeling that the veils, the curtains that shroud your understanding are being pushed aside. Veils being drawn back. And it's as if you are on a mountainside with a great view, or a mountain top, a mountain perch with a great view, or perhaps you are at the very top of a redwood tree, 1,000 feet high, and you are a bird looking out and seeing the bigger picture, the long view, expanding your understanding. Beautiful. Take it in. Make yourself comfortable in this perch. Let yourself own this experience. Own the wisdom and the viewpoint that you are receiving. Own the fact that your third eye is wide open and you are able to experience wisdom, practical wisdom, and knowingness, and perhaps a few little elbows in the ribs from the multitudes, or from Anubis, or from your soul, or from your particular masters, teachers, and loved ones in your Akashic Records. Whatever guides you connect with. These are interacting with you now. There you go. Good. And back of all of this is the divine. The divine feminine. The divine sovereign. And she is assisting everyone in her way of assisting you. She's amplifying certain frequencies. And opening that spiritual heart even more. Let yourself be open in heart. Find those routes through the spiritual heart to be able to love those with whom you disagree, those whom you fear, those whom you are angry with, whatever it is. There you go. Good. Love that too. Let the divine open your heart and allow you to love that too. Those feelings of being resentful, fearful, threatened. The divine is allowing you to expand, to include, to a new level. Whether it's horizontally or vertically or left or right or under or over, does not matter. It is possible right now. Very good. And we are so grateful for the assistance and appearance of the divine here in our realms. And we open channels within ourselves to receive her bounty, her direction, her acknowledgement, her upliftment, her welcome, her presence, her constancy in our lives. For this is what makes it all happen. From the physical level, to the soul level, to the spirit guides who are aiding her in her mission, to the divine herself. And we are all related. The connections between all of these are ripe, ready, beckoning, growing, strengthening. Very good. All right, I'm gonna check in on my computer and see what's going on here. Okay. Hopefully I'm getting some live interaction and you have questions for me. Good morning, Darla. Good morning. Who else was here? There was somebody else here. Maria Lane. I see you. There she is. There you go. So I have the sense that the divine and my guides are just saying, it's we got to be bigger than we've been being. Good morning, Darla. I love you. We've got to remember that we have the divine in our midst, helping us, leading us, helping us grow, helping us expand, helping us to be the biggest heart love we can be at any given moment. And be willing to interact with my guides. You get to channel Anubis too. You can channel the multitudes. You can interact with these divine, helpful beings of light who are here with us to make a difference and to make it easier for us to have this experience on the planet. And so even when you feel unsteady or you feel like, well, I don't know how to channel. Well, the guides know how to channel. And basically that's it. It's a trust walk. It's a willingness to just be open to the energy and the messages we get. And it might be one word or a 3-word phrase. Just receive that message. And if you want to share that message that you're getting, the 1 word or the 3-word phrase or a concept, put it in the comments. Interact here. I love interaction. It's, this is the whole point of doing all these things. This is the whole point of doing lives, because it helps everybody to be part of this. So, the guides are telling me we need to come up with a new acronym for ICE. Integrity, courage, enthusiasm. That's 1. Inclusive, community, expressed. That's 2. Inclusive communication and energy. That's 3. Interactive communion. Egalitarianism. That's 4. Your turn. Write it in the comments. Whatever you can think of. Just, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's like, get the flow going. That's the thing about channeling too, is that you start to get a feeling and you start to describe that feeling to yourself, and then the feeling kind of that you're getting, it grows a little bit, and you start to add words to that feeling, and that 1 word that you're getting or that little phrase that you're getting, and you start to express it out loud. And pretty soon the channel opens and grows, and it becomes easier and easier to let that information come through and be expressed. But it's got to come through and go out. It seems to be an energetic requirement that it comes through and goes out, so that you have to say it out loud, write it down, share it with somebody. It's don't sit on it and keep it for yourself, because that's a little bit clamped down and fearful, because you're worried that it's going to sound funny, or it's not right, or it's not good enough, or blah blah blah, and that's just a human assessment, and that's going to come in. But the more you can let it come, and let the words, one word come, and what's the next word? Okay, there's the next word. Okay, there's the next word. When you can start letting it flow, then it starts to build, and the energy that you experience will grow and will be more complete and will be fleshed out, as it were. So breathe. Don't try too hard. Just, if you get caught, balled up, or tangled, or stopped, if you feel like you can't get the words out, breathe. Because the divine and your guides need you to breathe, so that things flow, so that you are taking in as an in-breath, and you are exhaling as an out-breath, or a speaking of the word or phrase. And you can add questions like, where do you want me to go with this? What is important here? I'm watching this bright light coming through this little strip, and my curtains are not closed, and this beautiful sunshine is coming through, and every now and then just blasts me. See? Think. Oh, so let's see, how are the comments going here, folks? I guess you're just having me hold forth. Anubis is good at that. Anubis is very good at that. I'm wondering, Marie, if you talked with your cousin's wife about the information you received last week. Was any communication about that? That'd be interesting to know. Let's see. And if what you are getting, when you open to receive divine messages, to channel, to be a space where uplifting energy and light can flow through, if what you are getting is a calmness and a stillness, and that feels good, just relax into that. Just let yourself receive that. It's perfect. Whatever you receive is exactly right for you. And the more you can open to receive it, to expand into the message, into the energy of the message, the more that you explore the energy of the message, the more the message can expand in you and through you. If in doubt, if you're not getting words, but you are having the experience of energy, of a distinct guide, guardian angel, light-filled benevolent being, that is the right track. You're on it. There you go. Good. Yeah, somebody took that in and they got it more in their second chakra, down in the ovaries and the uterus area, or if you're a guy, then down in that couple, 2-3 inches below your belly button. Yes. Just receive. Say thank you. Is there more? And receive. And say thank you. Is there more? Say thank you. I want to help. I want to serve. I want to know what I am here to know for myself and for the benefit of those with whom I interact. There you go. That was good. I felt you, Marie. There you go. So, Darla, you're really building the channel between you and Sam. You do miss communicating with him and his point of view and his laughter. Yes. Understand also that he misses you. He says it's like he lost an arm, lost a leg. And it was a blessing for Sam to feel that he could be as big as he was. And I know he loved big. It was a good life for him. Just gonna refresh my page, see if there's more comments. Oh, Marie. Let's see. Intelligent communication, everyone. Exactly. These are messages that help counteract the heaviness, the threat, some of the intention that maybe the administration's wanting to dominate everyone and, curry fear rather than favor. Love is bigger than that. My teachers said, for every positive thought you have, it knocks out 10 negative thoughts. So a few of us having a positive thought, one positive thought, not knocking out 10 negative thoughts, is very, very helpful. And the way it shifts the internal setting is very helpful as well. So the little that we do in our own little rooms, in our own little minds, in our own little hearts, we link up with all the other little hearts and minds who are hoping and trying and blindly groping to bring peace and love to a moment in time where it can be received, and understand that you are creating a platform that is going to be very powerful throughout this year, despite the rugged terrain ahead. There is going to be rugged terrain ahead. By the way, if you're not on my mailing list, it would be a good idea, because we're sending out monthly the predictions for this year so that you know what's coming up and what the energy of the month is and how best to deal with it. And like what is working in our favor and different perspectives. That channeling that came about a couple months ago on Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness, that went through like the whole year except for December. There's been my guides have expanded on that and added more to each month, plus drawn tarot cards and reconnecting soul 142 DNA activation cards to go with each month, one of each. And so this is adding to the body of of knowledge. And the goddess Athena, and in the goddess deck that I have, she's the goddess of justice, is very big this year. And as we know, we're seeing examples of injustice. And obviously this is another way of seeing this world as contrast, a world of contrast. And that's when you're kind of stay in the land of duality. It's either or, it's dark or light, it's good or bad, it's positive or negative. You know, in that sense, we're getting more and more contrast. And justice has to be seen as an expansion into the unknown and an exploration of different points of view and inclusion of different points of view in a way that allows freedom for all. And Athena also is known as the goddess of war. She sprang fully formed out of Zeus's head, which to me says she's more of a mind than heart. But another goddess card that I pulled for this year is Juno. And Juno is far more protective of women in childbirth, and of children and of the vulnerable. She's more protective of the home and smaller groups like nuclear families or expanded families. And Juno is becoming stronger than Athena and her warlike and mental capacities and perspectives. Although Athena did bring into our world our modern version of courts as a way of handling problems in communities and neighbors, between neighbors, that's not an eye for an eye. It's like, let's reason this out. And alternative ways of bringing forth justice. And Juno is she's a number 5, which is right in the middle. So that to me indicates balance. The number 5 is a rocker, like it's on a rocker. It's on a rounded bottom. And so 5 can go forward or it could fall back, right? And it feels a lot like where we are in our society right now. We can either fall back into the old ways, or we can rock forward and lean into and reach for and expand to include the new ways and the new ways of understanding. And I think this is really important because we are being asked to expand to include in a big way, in ways that we have not done before. And um, and to bring with us everyone. Everyone gets to go up. Oh, Darla, okay. I'm working on readying my house for sale, feeling like I'm slogging through mud. Any suggestions on how to maneuver from you? Well, you know, Sam or anyone, how to better process the change. Well, partly it's still winter. Your spring cleaning is a little early. So just go with what you can do in a given day. Maybe you do one box in the attic, or clearing out one drawer in the spare room, whatever it is. Get it down to little things. I know that you are a producer. You're used to like getting in and getting the job done and not fooling around, not dragging out, not turn it into a lifestyle, right? But this year is difficult. And what the guide said about January was like slogging through mud. So you're still coming out of the January energy and moving into the February energy. And on the 17th, when we have this new moon in Leo, and we have the Chinese New Year of switching from the snake shedding its old skin, which is like you making this transition from being married to Sam, and now you are you in your own environment, and what are you shedding in the way of old identity, old belongings that no longer suit, all of that. Give yourself a little break. This is a big transition, a lot's included, and some of these belongings are emotionally loaded. They're chargy. They're part of. They represent who you have been and who you and Sam were, and what was important to you at that time. So allow yourself to be in the process and allow it to take the time it takes. Now, as we get closer to March and that springtime energy, the thaw of winter, as that kicks in, it's going to be easier. So patience, my dear. Don't try to whip yourself into you should be doing better. If you hear the word should in your own head, especially as it's directed to you, just kick that thought out. Like, replace it with something like, I'm motivated at the moment to do exactly the right thing. And allow that. And I love it that you want to move that project along. And know that the divine is arranging for assistance and helping you. Now, my sister Carrie is very good at sorting and helping people get ready for a move. And she's a great appreciator of things. She's a great acquirer of things too. So if you want, get a hold of Carrie, and maybe she can come out at some point, maybe in March, and do some work with you and help you in this process. And be open to having somebody be an aid. Or, it's like when you take on a big project and you do it in the presence of others, and others are chipping in their energy, and you can kind of tag team of when your energy flags, they're still rolling, and it's like, okay, great, now I'm going to go to this next thing and get rolling on that. You can kind of keep each other going. It helps. If there's that feeling of ugh and dread, it means the energy's not ripe. You can't force it. That's being self-will driven, not divine will driven. So I think the divine is fully in agreement with you about releasing this house, and you just have to acknowledge the timing of it and the way it's unfolding, that it might not be the way that you're used to getting stuff done, or on the same speed, that same flow of energy. It's not like, here we go, charge, get her done, and understand that I'm seeing that everything that you let go of is like letting go of a scale. Like if you were a fish and it was an old scale that's no longer useful, maybe it's even weak and should be released, so that the new can come forward, or it may be a small weight in the bag that's kind of keeping you here and down and like that. So, but it's a process, the letting go. It's an important process, and it has to be respected because of how much it means to be cleaning out the house and clearing out the house that you and Sam have shared for all these years. And we are physical beings on a planet Earth, and in this hemisphere it is winter. And you can't push the seasons. And it has to be acknowledged that it's winter. And only so much can get done. But I do see, like, by April, things are going to be flowing. When the snow's really melted off and the ground is damp with the absorption of the moisture in the snow, that's when things are going to be, like, the whole world is going to be draining in your part of the world, right? Going to be draining off and thawing, and it's all right that you feel like you're in an ice flow right now and stationary and frozen in place. It makes sense. It's winter in Sioux Falls, and that makes complete sense, that it's not flowing the way that you would expect it to. And you do what little you can do, and if it's nothing, that's okay. Also, let me just look at your body. Do the PT that is good for your body, and recovery from all of the surgeries and illnesses and assaults that your body has experienced in the last years. So that you have the strength to perform in March or April, when things do break loose, when things do thaw out, and when movement is far more indicated. You want your body to be strong and mobile and healthy by then. But I think it's going to be easier because of the other health things that you've done for yourself to make your body easier to move, easier to live in, easier to be useful to you. So you're on the way. You're on the way. It's still winter. Sorry. But I know the feeling. I mean, February even, there are going to be fits and starts. They're going to be feel like, oh, I'm finally getting it going, and then things just sort of like, where did that energy go? It was here. It was so clear. It was so present. It was really, really here, and then it's gone, like missing. So use the energy to care for your body, to drink more water, to do some of the physical therapy exercises that are good for you, that will allow you to move. And don't fault yourself. Don't make yourself wrong. This is just the way it is. And it's, it's a combination of the planetary alignments and the season, the emotional expectation for yourself of you should be doing better. Skip the should, pass right over that one, out the door. Divine, give me another framing for this, and you'll land on something, go, well, at least I got that little bit done, and acknowledge what you do and let go of what you can't do. It's all right. Let's see. Let me ask Sam. Sam is saying that literally he's having trouble letting go of a lot of stuff in the house too. And the meaning, or how he thinks it connects you with him and him with you. Sam is in a state where more and more he is becoming the identity he is as energy. And so it's almost like these physical pieces are just like, they're kind of blinking out and being invisible pieces of his energy only, not his physical structure, his body. And he was a very physical person and related a lot to being a physical person. And his presence was impactful as a physical person. And so as he, these chunks of his physicalness disappear and what's left is just the energy structure, he's like, oh my God, wow, what just happened? How do I accommodate that? And so that also means that his ability to relate to the physical world is becoming less and less and less. However, where he's ending up and going is being able to pierce the physical world in a higher, more blessed state. All that Bible study and all that belief in the divine and Christ and all of that is coming together for Sam in a far greater way so that he can be useful from the soul realm of consciousness. Oh my goodness. He's studying with Jesus in the soul realm of consciousness, and here's the master of loving the divine and being one with the divine and being one with that which created us, and forgiveness and the New Testament and all the principles that were expounded in the New Testament. He's studying with the master, and Christ is the master of piercing the veil and being able to reach into this physical world and touch and heal and impact and uplift and open and reveal and unblock. So this is nothing less than Sam's greatest wish, his greatest spiritual aspiration, to be able to be with the master and do what he does. Do what the master does with just as much elegance and aplomb and perfection. So he says, as he gets better at reaching into the physical realm, as the master does, or in the shadow or under in the being supervised by Christ, then he will also unblock some of the things that are blocking, like the exit doors for letting things go. So he's on it. He's working on it to help you. I've never seen a couple more unified in your purposes and your objectives and that sort of thing. And yet you go about it in totally different ways, and the result is for the same reason, or the purpose is for the same reason. And that, a couple that has a purpose greater than themselves does succeed, does perform what they came to do, perform the actions, and be what they came here to do, as a couple and as individuals. So it's always a good thing to have a purpose greater than ourselves with others. Let's see, how are we doing? I'm gonna just refresh the page. It's no wonder, Darla, that you feel like you've been struggling through mud, really. And Mylene Madrid is here. Hi, darling. Because that's what they said January was going to be like, and then February it sort of like fits and starts, and storm and the snow piles up, and then the sun comes out and it starts to melt, but then it's night, then it freezes at night, so it doesn't really get to melt all the way. It just changes form. It's just like that. It's the energy is that way. And yet what does break loose in March and April for all of us energetically is big, 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 big. If you're not on my mailing list, make sure I have your email address. Maybe you message me, when I DM me, PM me, send it through Messenger or email or something, and get yourself on my mailing list, because the flyers that are going out now help keep you up to date with how to be with the energy that it is here, and so that you're empowered, and you're not too hard on yourself for going, I should be getting more done, or I should be having breakthroughs, like should. And so that that like it's in process, but it's not here yet. The breakthrough's not here yet. It's gonna be, it's coming. So be nice. Be nice to yourselves. Don't be unloving. Be loving with yourself. Be understanding. Be the way the guides and the divine are with you, which they love you unconditionally. They love us unconditionally. And whoever we are at that given moment is absolutely fine and understandable and can be appreciated. Let's see. So I think that's about it for now. For those of you who stuck with this to the end, you get a bonus. For this week, through Sunday, whatever Sunday the date is on Sunday, let me look. I have to see so I can speak intelligently. Sunday is the 8th. And February 8th through February 8th, sign up for a reading, and rather than paying $204, you pay $122. Full 1 hour reading, lots of good stuff, the full thing. And it could be, if you want an Anubis channeling, if you want a divine energy healing, if you want an Akashic Records reading, if you want me to do a real estate reading on your home or office or that sort of thing, you know, or it could be a combination of those. I can switch channels pretty fast in that vein. Divine energy healings are that's dedicated. It's just that. But any other channeled reading, that can be done, and you get the same juicy good price of $122. So that's almost half price, really. Just through the end of this week, you know, buy it. We can schedule later if you're not ready to schedule, or it doesn't matter when the schedule happens. The divine takes care of the scheduling. But buy it and get it into your world, so that you have that as something that will help elevate you during these difficult times. And get your questions answered. You deserve to have your questions answered. You know, you don't want to go to your deathbed going, you know, if I could just have figured out this little thing, I think my life would have been better. Really? Why wait till then? Anyway, okay. They want me to do a prayer. So I'm going to open my book here, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness and Akashic Records Guide to Living a Fulfilled Life. And I'm going to pull out one of the prayers or invocations. And you can get this from me, an autographed signed copy with this beautiful little gold sticker. And if you want, get the whole set. Get the companion journal. Part of the process is opening your records and writing information that are based on the interactive questions at the end of most of the chapters. And you write them in this book. And all the questions are already printed out for you in this book, so that you don't have to write them out. You just get to be in the question. And it's a really handy dual set. If you get both the book and the companion journal, it's $40 plus shipping, and it's a good set. This is a real book. This is 358 pages or something of channel material, and you learn how to open your Akashic Records. I mean, this is good news. All right. They want me to do the affirmations, I and my soul are one. So the deal with this is, I'm going to read it in a very slow pace so that you can say them out loud and affirm them for yourself. So this is a repeat after me deal. Remind yourself that you have a permanent atom of light that's fully enacted and empowered right now. Here we go. I and my soul are one. I and my soul are inseparable. I and my soul belong together. I and my soul walk hand in hand on the path of enlightenment together. I trust my inseparable soul to love me no matter what transpires. I trust my inseparable soul, to stand by me. My soul has never and will never reject me. Consciously linked, my soul and I are clearly directed to the highest and best outcomes for our mutual benefit. My soul and I safely grow, expand, and explore together. My soul is my best friend. And the keeper of my innermost gifts, talents, and abilities. My soul assists me with solutions, insights, and inspiration. My soul never abandons me in times of trouble. My soul aids in my healing, maturation, and supplies the courage needed to progress on my path. My soul actively draws me toward uplifting opportunities and abundance. The more I merge with my soul, the more healed and whole I am. The more my soul merges with me, the more we can accomplish together. The more I identify as my soul, the capabilities for achieving my aspirations increase. The more I identify as my soul, the fewer limitations, distractions, and obstacles I experience. The more my human excuse me, the more my soul becomes my human identity, the more peace, inclusivity, and harmony I experience. I now see through the eyes of my soul. I now experience through the expanded awareness of my soul. I now love with my spiritual heart, the heart of my soul. I and my soul are indivisible. My soul and I are one. We are one with the great creatress, the divine. Thank you, soul. Thank you, great creatress. By the way, that was on page 328 in my book. At the back of the book, all the invocations, prayers, exercises with your Akashic Records open are at the back of the book in one little section, so that you don't have to hunt them down in the where they're located in the chapter that they occurred. And I did that on purpose to make it a little easier. And if you have the audio book, it's much easier with the audio book to be able to pause things and write or make a note or land in the energy of that experience and then restart. It's really a groovy way to do things. I love you all. May I schedule for today? Let me see. Yeah, for yes, at noon. Can you do noon? And yes, and I'll send you the link and payment links and so forth, and a Zoom connection. Yes. And we may need to connect a little bit here on Messenger just to complete this. So I love it. You're scheduling for today. See, she's smart. She's taken me up on the 122 price instead of 204. So she just doesn't wait. She makes it happen. She takes action when action's indicated. If it's not indicated for you, God bless you. I honor that. And you may want to buy one now and schedule for later when the need has arisen. And you're like, I got to get some clarity. So, all right. All right, love. Thank you very much for being with me. I will talk to you later. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing these videos. Thank you for contacting me privately at AnnieChannels@gmail.com in order to get on my mailing list or also to schedule a reading. I'd love to do a reading for you. Thank you. Bye now.